Welcome everybody to Catfish Weekly, along with the Camouflage Chad. I'm Lyle. We got Danny Stone in here with us. We're going to have a great show tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But we got a couple of announcements to make after. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. I see the ring lights in his glasses.
Oh,
You're still
oh,
camoed up, Chadwick. I could. There you. Now you're completely hidden from me.
I don't want to be. I don't want to be seen tonight, Lyle.
Is that because you? Well, you know.
Brian B and them are going to give me grief in chat if they see me.
You think?
They don't give you grief if they don't see you.
Yeah, I got a feeling that Brian don't care one way or the other. In fact, I know he
don't
does.
care if you're there or not.
I've been ignoring their messages.
You have to ignore him. You have no phone.
I do.
Hey,
All
buddy,
right. Good evening, everybody.
it's a tough time losing that phone. I know it's been a pain in the butt for you, but it happens. It happens to all of us. We've all done it.
It does, unfortunately.
Let's make a couple of announcements before we get into welcoming everybody into the show. What do you think?
Let's do that, sir.
I have an announcement tonight from Brad Bex for the ICA MBT combined tournament at Geist Reservoir in Indiana. And first place was, get this, Casey and Tristan Tudorow. Of all people, who would have ever thought Casey Tudorow would have won a tournament with a total weight of 54.2 pounds. Casey's one of the greatest fishermen in the country. Second place was, Second place was John Korn and Travis Sherman with 52.2 pounds. Third place was Morris Arnold and Floyd Chamberlain, 52.1 pounds. Fourth place was Corey Peterson and Jeff Michener, 51.1 pounds. And fifth place was Mike and Jared Mitchell, 49.2 pounds. There's some close weights. They have some great Channel Cat tournaments over there. I would like to give a special mention to my buddy Chuck Breedlove that's in there fishing with James Holman. They got seventh place with 48.1 pounds, but there was a lot of great fishermen in there. Ron Streeter and George LeMaster got 13th place with 40.1 pounds, and Big Fish is 16.67 pounds. Them some close weights, but Channel Cat tournaments are like that.
Oh, yes. But that's some good weights.
All them guys.
Some very good weights, though, for Channel Cat tournaments.
Oh, yeah.
When you're hitting almost 60 pounds in a Channel Cat tournament, that's some good fish.
Yeah, that's on 5 Fish. I'm pretty sure that's on 5 Fish. And you have the results for the Bink Fox tournament.
I do. We have the Bink Fox Benton County Cancer Research Benefit Tournament. Blah, 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 blah. Say that again. Let me go over here and let's look at this. We've got at 83.28 pounds and a big fish of 37.98. We have Justin Connor, Danny Connor, and Tabitha Linville won that tournament with over over 33-pound lead over the second place team, which had 50.85, which was Joe Granada and Ken Nolf. Chris Souders and Jason Brewer finished third at 32.16. Josh Anthill, Brian Anthill, and Wade Racer finished fourth at 30.75. Jonathan Hibbenbotham, Haley, and Chase Hanshaw finished fifth at 26.76. And if I'm not mistaken, Lyle, they had like 85 teams in this.
Isn't that awesome? That's a great turnout. And I think Doc and Larry Lang fished in that tournament. I don't remember where they finished out when I looked over, but it was down there a little bit. But good to see Doc and Larry fishing together, father-son team. If they fish together very much, now them two would be hard to handle.
Oh, yeah.
They just would be. That's great. Congratulations to all you guys. And Bink, he got through his cancer deal, and that's what's a celebration of that. Him and Janet are great friends, and think the world of those guys. And glad to see that tournament come off and have such great turnout and great results.
Absolutely.
All right. Chadwick, you want to go through and with everybody that's in chat, see if we can run that down right quick before we bring Danny in here. And then I've got one more thing we need to talk about before we get too far along.
That sounds good.
All right.
All right, here we go. We've got Miss Chrissy Brown. We got Whisker Dreams. We got Danny Stone Outdoors. 922.
Wait. Danny's right there.
He was, Lyle, he is so excited and he just can't hide it right now. I'm just letting you know. Look, he's holding back. He's like, as soon as you all say start talking, it's on like Donkey Kong.
That's right.
922 crappie BQ barbecue. We got Mike Irvin. We've got John Patrick Jr., Mark from Catfish and Crappie, Cat Life Outdoors, Get Hooked on Deep Fishing, Fly Guru Chronicles, Don R. We got Fishing with the Squirrel. Oh, I got to stop right there, Lyle. Be jealous of me. I got to see squirrel this weekend, and I got a shirt.
I'm very jealous of you. That looks awesome.
And it feels comfortable. It feels really nice.
That's cool.
We got Avid Fisherman. We got Sherman Tomlinson, Hillbilly Hippie, Look Lady. We got Downtown Ernie Brown. We got JP3 Outdoors. Scroll down here a little bit. We got Maurice Cason, Creole Catfishing, Carolina Catfish. We got Mr. Dan Thompson. Scrolling. I see there he is, Mr. Brian B. Catfishing, Twisted Fishing TV. Dave Funk. What's going on, Dave?
Always glad to have Dave in here.
My chat there he goes. Okay. I was like, everything just froze up on me here, Lyle.
Well, we got Betty Jean and Cross is in here, and B3 Van. He moved on me before I got his name mentioned. B3 Custom Kentucky. El Gato Ansul from Texas. Downtown Ernie Brown. I think you mentioned him. Pontoon Jody. Joe Buck 66. Harry Lane. Parker Pursuits. Kevin Baker. Down East Tackle, Chucky Morgan, Silver Fox, Fishing, Sandy. I had trouble with that one, but I made it through tonight. Freddy's Outdoor Adventures. Danny Stone has Kevin Palmetto Cat's t-shirt on tonight.
Mr. Tim Molina.
Lee Evans.
John Boy's Catfishing. Real and Virtual Outdoors.
Chrissy Brown is the better half of the Brown household.
I love Mr.
Although I like Ernie plenty well, Chrissy is by far the better part of that bunch.
He's an all right guy, but Miss Chrissy is a sweetheart, and she makes some mean taters on the back of a tailgate.
She does. There's Don R. and Catfish Viking. Been watching them guys live a little bit here recently. Doing a real good job. Downtown Ernie Brown.
Fishing for Mr. Freddy's Outdoor Adventures. I think
LG Bass. K&B Anglers.
I tried to push him off the dock this weekend.
I bet you did. We're going to have him as a guest on the show, not next week, but the week after. We're going to have some fun there too.
Now look, see, you said they wouldn't pick on me. Josh has already got his new phone. I haven't got mine yet.
I didn't say they wasn't going to pick on you. I never said that.
We got Jeremy Colvin Outdoors. Trying to
El Catfish Grande. Mike Irwin.
James Kirkpatrick. And please keep in thoughts and prayers Miss Elizabella Kirkpatrick.
She has entered the chat also. Yep, I just now seen her and Elizabella. We're hoping you're feeling better and get well soon.
There's Mr. Paul Meadow Cats.
Yep. We must be on. There's James
I think we're running through the same ones now. Yeah.
James, we was just about you. Congratulations on your kicking cancer's butt, and what a great turnout and tournament you guys had over the weekend. We announced the winners just a few minutes ago. There's Justin Fish and Fetish.
I about pushed him off the dock this weekend too.
Really? I would have liked to see some of that. Ronnie Moore.
I would have recorded it, but I didn't have a phone to do it.
Fishing the Mid-South. Hello, Michael.
What's up,
Oh,
Miss-
Chet, he wants you to say his name.
Who does?
Mid-South. I
Fishing the
lost it.
The mouth of the South.
There's
AKA
Roger. It is Michael Snow. You're right. Fishing with
Smith
Squirrel.
and Down East Tackle.
John Patrick Jr.
Here. There's Stonefly 71, Sean T Outdoors, and Ronnie Moore. I think we're caught up, sir.
I haven't made it to the bottom yet, but gee.
All right, now I'll keep going. I just seen Backlash Fisherman came in.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm at the very bottom now.
Did we get Chucky Morgan and Annette? I assume that Annette's in here.
I did not see them, but I will admit that I started scrolling a little bit fast.
There's Art with the 1 Ton Fishing Club and Fly Guru Chronicles.
And bumping Mike Greenwell.
Hillbilly Hippie. HHB. I won't make that mistake again.
And there's Tom from LG Bass. I'm sure Michelle from It's All Mine is around here somewhere.
I have to think so. Did we get Justin's Fishing Fetish?
We did. Remember I said I was going to push him in the...
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I was trying to remember. I still can't get to the bottom. It's just going too fast. I think that's good. If we miss you, we're terribly sorry. We try to get everybody, but sometimes it just goes too fast. Hang tight just a minute, Danny. I got one more thing that I want to talk about before we start in visiting with you. There's It's All Mine. Hey, Michelle. Last week, Chad, Sonny Parker was getting ready to go in and have some surgery done. And he knew that he was going to be laid up in the hospital for a few days and be at home recuperating thereafter. And he wanted to have a little contest to have people post pictures of the most unique fish they caught through the week so he'd have images to look at while he's laid up. Sonny got a hold of me earlier this afternoon, and I tried to get him to come on the show, but he's not feeling up to doing that. He was going to lay down because he's just so weak he can't get done, and we'll wait and get him in here to tell us about it when he's feeling better. We'll do that at a later date. But really, Chad, the only unique image that I seen, and Sonny agreed with it, was the fish that Dee caught that had a spot on its back when you guys were out at Wiley.
This one?
That be the one. That was the most unique fish that we seen all week. There was a lot of fish. It wasn't unique. So if Dee is there, I would like to congratulate her on the most unique fish of the week. And Sonny donated a $75 Shields gift card. And if she will send your name and address for her, Chad, he will make sure you guys get it.
Chad, ever put it on new phone?
Yeah, let's put it on.
You better let her go shopping with that. She bought you a new depth finder.
That is true. I'll let
It is.
her. She deserves it. She can
I
buy
think so
it.
too. I think so. Is she standing there?
She is right over here in the living room, sir.
All right, Dee, congratulations. We just want to thank you for posting that picture. It was a great fish. You guys caught a lot of good fish this past week, and glad to see all the pictures that you posted. It kind of kept the ones of us that couldn't make the trip out there in touch with what was going on. And there she is.
Hey,
Hi,
thanks,
Dee.
Lyle. Thanks, Sonny Parker. I really appreciate it. Hi,
Well,
Dan.
I know that he was excited about doing that to give him something to look forward to every day. He could go through there and try to find pictures. And he found pictures, but that was the most, and I wouldn't consider that extremely unique, but it was the most unique of the week. So $75 gift certificate to Shield. Woo.
Woohoo! That's pretty cool.
I think
Hey,
it's very cool. We may
it's
have
my
to try to do
week.
something like that some more.
See,
Fishing and now, I got to ask you about that. How did you get that hat from Keith?
well, we were standing in the parking lot talking to Keith after we finished fishing for the Camp Centurion Fishathon, and he was like, "Y'all got hats?" And I was like, "No." I said, "I got us some shirts, but we didn't get hats." And he was like, "Well, here." Stuff gave me the hat off his head. Is this the most special hat ever, or what?
I'll tell you the true
It
story
would be
here.
if he'd have given it to me. It would have been Keith. Is not a better person in the fishing world or in our community than Keith. He's just awesome. Full of it. Very knowledgeable man. Knows how to get things done, and he just is a very delightful person to be around.
Definitely. I mean, because, we had a good conversation, and he's always trying to, help out us as a smaller channel to make our videos and stuff better. So, yeah, he's a great guy.
He really is. Well,
Great,
congratulations
he cares.
on winning the deal for Sonny. Thanks for posting all the pictures. Like I said, it made it really enjoyable for the rest of us to go through and fish Wiley Lake through you guys.
Well, I'm glad everybody enjoyed it, and I hope to do it again next year.
Right quick, do you have an update on your upcoming tournament that you got planned?
I have I want to say, I think it's 10 people who have expressed interest, so we will probably do a wheel.
Okay.
We have quite a few sponsors, and we are doing the tournament on June 4th.
On June 4th. Okay.
I'm
Sounds good.
sure
I'm
we'll
looking forward
have
to it.
another show for, finding out the participants.
Okay. If there's anything we here at Catfish Weekly or Panfish Nation can do to help you out, please do not hesitate.
Thank you very much. I'm going to give you back the co-host now.
All righty. They must be snuggling or something there.
Yeah. Now you see what really happened. She walked up and said, "Give me that," and she ripped that hat right off his head.
Really?
Not that mean.
Chad, would you like to announce our tonight's guest?
I am so incredibly honored tonight to introduce to you, ladies and gentlemen, watching from around the country and even maybe around the world, the legend of the Mississippi, Mr. Danny Stone Outdoors.
How y'all doing?
Hey, Danny.
I couldn't make king status. Creole took that. Hang on,
How's
just
it
a second.
going?
We're doing great.
I gotta get a selfie of me on the same screen as Chad. Can you believe it?
Careful,
Yeah,
you might drop your phone and lose it.
No, there's
Here
no
we
water
go.
in Chad. I'm so excited to be on here. I've been on the screen with Lyle before and Mark, but this is the first for me to be on here with Chad. And I mean, I told my wife, I said, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Make sure that you got a cold rag to put on my head in case I start getting faint and start seeing spots and stuff. I said, oh my God, it's Chad. I'm like, oh, you got that rag ready?
Danny,
I'm starting to get a little flushed.
I'm starting to wonder why you stand.
Oh, hold on. I'll make it through there, you guys. Just give me time here. Oh, it's Chad.
I didn't see him get this nervous when he was using month-old Asian carp from the bank that was
Ever. Oh my God. Can you believe I made it to the Chad level?
Yeah, you have made it, my friend. You have made
The
it.
world's gone crazy. It's just gone crazy.
You're starting to get people jealous in chat. I just seen Amy Evans is saying to stop it. She's already my biggest fan.
Oh Lord. What do y'all want to talk about tonight? Because Lord knows we can talk about something.
We're talking about catfish. What do you say?
We'll talk about catfish.
My favorite thing.
How about we talk about that one you caught over the weekend?
Yeah, Saturday afternoon or right before dark.
Yeah, that's the
You know,
one.
here's the thing. I've been fishing them backwaters because the Mississippi River and Creole and fishing for Richard Cluck and Jerry Parker, they're gonna tell you, man, it has been tough on the river, and I've just been avoiding getting on that main river, and it's just been breaking my heart because everybody knows how I love to be on the main river. And Saturday night, I said, to heck with it. I'm going to the main river no matter what's going on. And of course, I got there and I was throwing out there with Black Betty and a couple of other poles that get way out there, right in that deep, fast current. And I was reeling in nothing but cabbage and lettuce and leaves and what have you. But I had one rod throwed out short, and I noticed when I pulled that rod in that it didn't have all that trash on it. So I pulled everybody in real close to the bank. I bet I wasn't. I was telling everybody 40 yards, but it was more like 40 feet. And I threw all those rods out 40 feet from the bank, and that trash was in the main current seam there. And we were at the current break, and it wasn't there. And in no time at all, we started pulling in catfish. So we threw it out. I had Parker Pursuits was there with me, thank God, and Big Skip. And Big Skip started, he started noticing that Betty's going down. I said, yeah, she's going down. And by the time I got over there, boom, that fish was taking off going to town. And he was telling me, he said, I wish you could have went big screen, but I disagree with him on that because the whole time I was reeling the fish in and they were commentating, Parker and Big Skip and Alicia, their expressions, being able to see them while we're doing that was priceless to me. I had more fun doing that than it would have if I'd have been big screen.
Yep.
But yeah, the tactic I figured out on the river right now is find the main current seam, and if there's a lot of trash there, pull back from it in a cutback, and where that trash is not flowing, and them fish, the catfish are hugging. Normally they'll hug the current seam there, but the bait fish were moving out because they didn't want to get beat in the face with that trash, and those catfish are falling right up in there, right next to the bank. I mean, you could have underhand lobbed that rod out there and drop it practically off the bank, and there's big, massive catfish in there staying off that seam right now. That's just what they're doing. And
So
he had
it's the
little
edge of
baby
the seam.
arms.
He had what, little baby arms.
I don't know how close you looked at their picture, but his fins look like little baby arms sticking out. I was like, this is just weird. And I started to put it in there for the weird fish thing, but I thought, you know what? I'm going to be on the show. Don't be greedy. Just don't worry about it. Of course,
That,
Steve would have
that's
anyway.
right at the edge of the seam then.
Yeah.
Right at the edge of the seam.
If you can find like there's the outside bend, but if there's a cutting back in deeper, there'll still be a slight current there, but not as bad, and that trash will stay out of there. And if you throw right in that, it may not be far off the bank, but them fish are piling up in them right now. If you guys go over and check that out on the river, and you throw short, you'll see what I'm talking about. Trust me.
And it doesn't have to necessarily be shallow as long as it's in that area.
It wasn't, I guarantee the water wasn't probably 6 foot deep where I was throwing at.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you threw it out there. You didn't even count to 2, and the weight was on the bottom,
That's cool. We got a couple of people have made it in since we started this. Amy Evans, Epic Catfishing, Melissa, Creole, Outdoors Addiction, Potomac River Monsters, Mike Stone, Mr. Dieter Melhorn, Mike's Fishing Home, I think I said Epic, Parker Pursuits, Angler of the Ville. A bunch of these guys have been going live and carrying on here lately, so we want to make sure that we get them mentioned while we get a chance. Cody Robinson. I think there's Pontoon Jody. I think we're caught up. But yeah, that was a great fish, Danny. And you guys was live a long time.
Oh my God, yeah. We ran, because the StreamYard lets you go for 11 hours and 45 minutes. Now you can still be live and going, but it's not recording after 11 hours and 45 minutes. Yep. And somewhere around 4 or 4:15 in the morning, after fishing all night, and I had Catfish biking in there with me, and he was fishing. Earlier on, Jerry Parker was fishing. Fishing and Freedom was over there fishing. Alicia. We had people in and out all night, different people. Catfish Curtis showed up. And that was our plea for all that night. We were just going to go live and said, anybody fishing, anybody out there, we got plenty of spots. If you want to pop up and fish with us, come on up. And man, we had the time of our life. But about 4:15 in the morning, because Catfish Viking, Zach's wife, was asleep in the car, and he goes, "Man, let's go till the sun comes up." I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to go home an hour before that. I was cold, freezing, and miserable. And he goes,
I think
"Let's go."
Jerry got cold too.
And so he talked me into it. So I pile up wood, I build a fire, and I go play that stuff. As soon as I get that fire going real nice and warm, he goes, "My wife just woke up. I gotta go." I'm like, dude, I wouldn't have even built a fire. I'd have been gone already.
There's a trick to not answering that message is just throw your phone in the water.
But I love him to death, man. Zach Lewis, the Catfish Viking, he's a new guy coming up, you guys, and he's just as cool as he can get. And a lot of people don't know it, but he's Big Skip's son.
Well, sort of.
You don't want anybody to know that.
No, but not. Those two had a great time on there. I hung with you guys till 2 in the morning. I had to go to bed. So,
And
sorry.
I couldn't believe it, dude. We were holding numbers of viewers like in the mid to upper 40s at 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, good God, do these people not have a life?
Well, that's Danny. I really think that people want to hear the conversations that's going on. I know a lot of nights I'm up tying jigs late at night, and I'll listen. A lot of times I don't say anything, but I'm listening to Hogleg and them guys, or Mike Turner, or some of the other people that's live way up in the early hours of the morning, and sometimes you can't sleep. And a lot of people just like to visit with one another. Some of them like to talk about fishing, and some of them don't talk about fishing at all. But the majority of the people that I pay attention to are talking about fishing in some way, shape, or form. And it's just a bunch of guys there and gals that either can't sleep or not tired or whatever. And they just visit, and makes for a great way to spend your evenings. We have outdoors. We said that. Mike's Fishing Home and Catfish Bandit has joined us. I can't believe Lee Evans is still up, but there's Tim Molina, Quiet Man Curtis, Ronnie Moore, and Fish on Luke. Howdy, Luke.
Hey, Luke.
What's up, Mr. Little Brother?
Kind of a I don't know how to say it. Eddie Gross, I'm glad to see you in chat tonight. I have tried to add you, but I am full. As soon as it opens up or somebody gets out, I will add you to my collection of friends on my list. I'm sorry, but I've tried every day for the last 3 days, and it just won't let you in. So as soon as somebody drops out, I will add you on there just to let you know. There's Melissa and Polar Bear, the Chad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got 115 people in this awesome chat watching the legend of the Mississippi, Danny Stone Outdoors.
Yeah,
if we could, let's those thumbs up for Danny Stone.
Absolutely. Real and virtual outdoors. I'm sorry to keep interrupted, but some of these people I want to make sure that we mention.
Absolutely.
And Real and Virtual Outdoors is one of them. Troy's a good dude. He always shares our posts and links to all our shows and things. He watches us religiously, and I watch a lot of his stuff when he goes live. A lot of times, and I'm going to say this again repeatedly, a lot of times I don't get in and out of those live shows. Sometimes I'll say hello, but once you start saying hello to one person, you got to say hello to a whole bunch of them. And sometimes I can't take time out to do that, but if I can, I will, and please understand how that works.
Now, I'm going to tell you what I love about Troy's live streams, and I absolutely love them because there's times I'll be stressed out or something, and I can go and I'll look and see that Troy is on, and I'll go watch that, and you talk about the most relaxing. You remember that painter, Bob, no, what's his name? Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
You remember how Bob talked when he was painting? That's how Troy talks when he's doing those virtual fishing and stuff. And man, you're talking about calming and relaxing, and you're sitting there enjoying what he's doing. But Troy just, I mean, maybe just be me, but it reminds me of Bob Ross. The way to, all right, we're gonna catch this little fish here. No, we're going over here at this bass hole. Check that out for a little bit. And man, you talking about just if you got stress and issues, go watch Troy, man, because I mean, it's not boring, okay, but it's relaxing, peaceful, soothing. I mean, I love watching Troy.
He's a cool
amazing.
dude, man.
He is. He
Real
is
Will is
absolutely
in here. Irvin, the paid tourist, along with Realville.
I got to meet Irvin again as well.
Did you try to push him in the water?
I did not. He was actually one of the nice ones down there.
Oh, yeah, I think he is a nice guy myself. I know I said Brenda's in here, and Jody and Curtis. I just don't want to miss anybody. Oh, and I almost missed your other brother, Josh, the weekend angler.
Yep.
And Melissa.
We were basically twins this weekend.
And Paula Smith. Hope you're feeling better, Paula. Great to see you in here, Haley Mize. Okay, I'm done interrupting you, Danny.
All right.
Okay, there is one thing I want to talk about. Okay, we got something.
Greenwell.
Mike Greenwell's in here.
Yeah.
Here, hold on, Danny. Let me help you out here. There you go. I muted him. Go ahead.
Yeah, just let him bump on by. I'm kidding. I love Mike Greenwell. He is a man. I'll tell you what, I couldn't do what Mike Greenwell does. No way. But we've got something really cool in the works that we're going to go ahead and tell you guys about tonight. Me and some of the Mississippi River rats, the boys have got together, and we've come up with a plan. And we're still working out the details on it. But we're going to start a show called Fishing the Mississippi. It's going to be hosted by myself, Creole Catfishing, Fishing and Freedom, and Mr. Parker Pursuits Jerry Parker.
Wow.
It's going to be all about fishing the Mississippi River. And the difference between our show is that we're going to be actually, the host will be on the river fishing 90% of the time. And we'll have guests of people that are, the only requirement is that you got to be fishing the Mississippi. Okay. Because we're focusing on the Mississippi River here. And we got to work out the details and the schedule, but the way we're going to work it between the four of us is the show will be aired on one of our channels one week. It'll skip to the next guy the next week, and so forth and on down the line. And if somebody has an issue with scheduling, one of us can jump ahead or jump back and cover that. What we got to work out now is what time slot do we want that's going to be a good time slot without messing anybody else up. We're working out our schedules, but that's something we've got in the works. It's coming at y'all. Fishing the Mississippi with Creole Fishing and Freedom and Parker Pursuits and myself. We've got people that we're going to go after, like Angler of the Ville. He fishes down around Memphis on the Mississippi River. We've got several guys. Steve Adams, we're going to pull him up there. We'll drag him up there kicking and screaming. And there are several other guys. We'll bring Josh in there. Lyle, you've been targeted, and so is Mark Avid. There's plenty of people that fish the Mississippi River, and if they can get to the Mississippi River fish, we're going to bring them up and let you guys watch them fish live on our show.
I'm excited about that.
It's coming down the pipe.
I'm really excited. I'm really excited about this. I absolutely love the idea. Wish I'd have thought of it. You got the right people involved with it.
Exactly.
And all you got to do is pick you out a time slot and just open her up and let the big dog eat. You guys will do great. And just so you know, if there's anything that we can do for you at Catfish Weekly, be sure to let me know. I'll be glad to help you get rolling any way I can. I think it's a great idea for an amazing body of water to fish. It just is great.
I mean, I hope you don't mind me saying, but we actually I went to Mark and Lyle both and had kind of a half conversation with them about this to get their thoughts on it, because their opinion means a lot to me. And they gave us nothing but positive feedback. And I contacted the guys. We started a messenger group with just the four of us so that we could stay in contact. And man, we're all pumped up about it. We just got to get the details worked out, you guys, and we'll get it going. Okay.
any way I can. I would like to say hello to Skip. Big Skip Fishing has made it in here, and I do not want to forget Daryl from Trophy Seeker Outdoors. I just don't
Exactly.
want
The list of names I had on there a while ago, Epic Catfish is on that list of names, but I've been trying to get a hold of him, and he just said that I've been failing to get a hold of him. But he is on that list of names of people that we're going to be contacting.
He said that he doesn't have Messenger that get his number from Creole, and then Creole said he'll make sure you get that number.
All right.
Real Gal Fishing would be
Here's the
another
thing.
one you should consider having on that show.
Exactly. But here's the thing. You cannot put me and Epic on a phone conversation because we're not going to get anywhere. My best bet is
I'm
just let
thinking
Creole
you
call
two
him.
can't get on the same show together.
Yeah, it'd be like, dude, shut up. I'm talking. I'm trying to talk here. Shut up.
Rustic Outdoors has joined us. Bill, I think I said Real Bill, but we're going to announce him again.
Yeah, Joseph, man, I love Joseph to death, man. He's a cool guy. But like I said, the main reason that we came up with the idea for this show is, man, you got a lot. The United States has some of the greatest rivers in the world for fishing. I mean,
Yeah.
You got the James River, you got the Tennessee, you got the Potomac. Come on now, all those great rivers, and they're catching a lot of attention that they deserve to get. But I think we're missing out on the Mississippi, and me and the rest of the guys are going to remedy that problem for you.
How many of those rivers have had 4 world records caught from their waters?
Right.
4.
Sure.
And we know for a fact, according to Missouri Department of Conservation studies last year, that there are several new world records just in the stretch of water from the Iowa line to the confluence of the Missouri River.
Right.
They didn't give a number. They said several state and world records, whatever that's worth.
So what you're saying is I need to drip that whole river.
The Mississippi River.
We got guys strategically placed all up and down the Mississippi trying to catch those fish for you. And before they can get out of here and go anywhere else, they got to get past Steve Adams and Creole. So those fish don't have a chance.
The thing about the Mississippi River, it's a little tougher to fish than a lot of these places. Some of these lakes that hold these big fishes, like fish, once you find them, you can catch them. And finding them in lakes is not nearly as tough to do as it is on a stretch of water that starts at the northern part of the United States and ends up in the Gulf of Mexico. Oh, holy crap. Absolutely. And then blues travel up and down that all the time. So, yeah. But there's a lot of big fish out there. I'm anxious. I hope that somebody in my lifetime catches the next world record from the Mississippi River. I hope it's Chad or Dee or Danny Stone. I don't care who it is as long as I'm alive and around to get to see it done. Because it takes
big fish this year. We're going to show you some big fish this year. Mark my words and remember I said it.
It takes some great equipment. It takes a person with a lot of patience, good bait, quality tackle, and patience to catch giant fish.
A little bit of luck.
And a little bit of luck. That's right.
You gotta be lucky if he's biting.
I'd rather be lucky than good any damn day.
Can I break you two up for just a second?
I think so.
Well, we are at 40 minutes in, and I wanted to throw out there real quick. This past weekend we had the fish-a-thon for Camp Centurion, and we are still trying to wrap up and finalize all the money. So right now we have a raffle going on. Let me double check, make sure I have my spots. Yep. We have a raffle going on for the handcrafted blade from Uncle Josh's Bladesmithing. There are 4 spots open at $10 a piece on the Fields to Water Facebook page. We want to try to close that out and do that drawing like as fast as we can, because we want to close out all. We've got the reel sold. We've got all the PayPal donations from Saturday. We're missing 4 spots that are available right now for that, and we will do that wheel. If we can close that out, we will do that tonight at the end of the show. But we only have about 15 minutes left.
Let's knock her out, folks. We can do this. And I'll tell you what, Chad, before we leave tonight, I have a D&L Big River Rig 4-ounce sinker. It's green, so you won't be able to see it. It has the 10-aught wide gap circle hook, 3-inch peg float, heavy-duty 3-way swivel, and these are some heavy swivels. Hand tied with 60-pound big game on it. I got one of those, and I have a 2-ounce with an 8-aught, a 2.5-inch peg float, barrel swivel, 2-ounce snake weight dragging sinker with 40-pound big game. We're going to give both of those away to 2 separate winners before we leave tonight.
All right, so I'll go ahead and get that, Lyle. I'll start getting that set up for.
Winner, the first one will get the choice between the 4-ounce and the 2-ounce. And we want to welcome my good friend and former co-host, Patriot James, or Patriot Catfish of America, to chat. Glad to see him in there. I know that he had a blast with you guys down there over the weekend. And Don R.
We did. We had a great time down there.
And James caught some fish.
Who did what? Yeah, James did catch some fish.
Yep. Whisker Dream said if I had PayPal, I would take those 4 spots.
Oh, we have.
Chad, you need to tell them where to find that. Tell them where they find that at.
I am going to share the exact link to the post.
John Parker.
Oh, I can't. Can you do it here?
Tim Molina says, put me down for whatever is left on the knife, Chad.
All right. We've got Sandy had just posted that she wants a spot, and Tim Molina is going to take the other 3.
There
Tim
you
Molina,
go.
thank you so much. Danny,
Look at there.
hang with us.
Sold about less than a minute.
And Mark has got a great show coming out on after us with the Catfish and Crappie podcast. I'm going to let you know, Mark, we might run over just a little, so bear with us.
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get this giveaway tool going for the other thing.
Okay.
And then as D updates the other part, I will go to the wheel and add all of that here in just a minute.
Bugman, hang on a minute. Bugman says, no, I want one, and I'm in PayPal app. So
He's already in there.
he's already in
the
there.
PayPal.
All right.
Okay.
So
Do it whoever PayPal's you first, because Freddie's wanting them now too.
you guys better hurry up. Everybody talking about these lessons. If we get more than that, we'll do it. What do you think?
I think that's fine. We just need to get this money to Camp Centurion.
That's right. That's the big thing.
It's for such a great cause, and if somebody misses out, don't get upset. We're doing the best we can. All we're trying to do is help them veterans get a place to stay.
Right.
And Danny, I know you understand that.
Absolutely. I'm a veteran myself, and man, I tell you what, I appreciate what you guys are doing so much. Chad, I tell you what, buddy, I've never had more respect for you in my life, and I mean that from my heart. Thank you for what you're doing for these veterans. You don't know what that means to me, brother. That's a special spot in my heart for you, brother.
Absolutely. You know, I've told people before, I've told James, I've shared it with him. I'm not a veteran. My daddy actually told me if I joined any branch, he'd kill me. He's a Vietnam veteran. He's a Marine for life. My grandparents were both in the Army. I've got uncles. I've got cousins, all that have served in the Gulf War. I've got my best friend Bill served over in Iraq. I love what they have done for us to be able to do. For me to be able to go out there and fish all last week, I couldn't have done that without them.
Yeah.
My everyday life, that we owe that to them. So for me to go out there and throw up a link and ask people for a few bucks to try to donate to help them get back on their feet when they're having problems when they get out of the service, absolutely, we should be able to do that.
And you guys have no idea how much those guys appreciate that. I wish you could meet some of them and actually talk to them, and they'll tell you, man. Some of them break down and get emotional about it when they see that kind of support. Because I mean, you look in the past at how some of the Vietnam veterans were treated coming home, and it's not so much that way anymore. Um, People show you love, and it's just it's unbelievable how much that means to us. I mean, you can't imagine. I mean, I myself, I get choked up, get lost of words for it. I do.
Big Skip.
It means a lot. It means a lot.
Big Skip just messaged me after the show on Messenger, and I'll visit with you about that. I'm sorry I forgot to get back to you about that. Danny, I want to touch on what you said there for just a second. I grew up in that age of during the Vietnam War. My brother was actually drafted, and his blood pressure, believe it or not, during that draft, his blood pressure at 18 years old was so high they wouldn't take him. And they was taking everybody. They was taking everybody.
They weren't calling anybody back then.
No, but they wouldn't. They didn't take him, and we was thankful because we was losing a lot of boys in those days, and that is so close to me. I had two sons that was in the military when they got out of high school. I see a veteran or a military person sitting at a table at a restaurant we're eating. I'll go up and shake their hands and visit with them before I leave, usually with tears in my eyes, because it's really hard to do. If you care about the military guys as much as I do, up until last year, we fished the Fishing for Freedom tournament every year. Cindy and I did. Last year, couldn't make it for health reasons. I'm on the border now with my back about being able to go up there this year or not. So they're after me to go ahead and commit, and I just can't until I find out what we're going to do about that. And I hope they understand that. But our veterans are the biggest, most wonderful natural resource that the United States has to offer.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I share with Fishing and Freedom. I have a very, very high respect for him, and I consider him to be an extremely, extremely close friend because Richard, he takes the time in every video to thank the vets and ask everybody to thank them. And the thing about it is when he says it, he means it. And I know he means it. And that's why I think so highly of Richard Club, Fishing and Freedom, because he means what he's saying when he says that, you guys. It's not just something he's spitting out of his mouth. He actually means it.
I'm going to tell you a story, and I know we're getting off of what we were supposed to be talking about. But I was just sitting at a table. I was working at a job after I had sold our business, and I was building handicap vans. And I sat in a restaurant one night by myself eating, and across the room, and this was in a smorgasbord restaurant, there was a soldier over there sitting by himself. And the waitress come up and says, "Is there anything I can do for you?" I said, "Yeah, go over there and tell that guy that if he didn't have anybody sitting with him and he'd like some company to come over here and join me." Didn't know if he'd do it or not. Didn't have any idea if he'd do it or not. And you couldn't buy him dinner because it's one of the places you go in, you pay for it, and then you get your food. But he did. He come over and sat with me. We sat there for an hour visiting after we was both done. I never seen him before. I'll never see him again. I thank him for what he did. We gave each other a big old hug and parted ways. It was one of the greatest days of my life.
Yeah, you guys are about to, I mean, yeah, y'all found a way to shut me up.
Well, we're not trying to.
Sorry, Danny.
That's so important to me. And guys like Roger has been to Fishing for Freedom in Quincy, and he knows how important that is to me. And he goes over there. It's a big deal for him to drive all the way over to fish that. And a lot of other people do. And it's a great event. We'll be talking about that before long because I'll be doing a show about that with them. But it is, like I said a while ago, our veterans are the greatest natural resource the United States has to offer, bar none.
Yeah, I'm still in touch with all my guys from old unit. We have a Facebook group, a private Facebook group, and we all stay in touch. And we used to do a reunion every year. As many of us get together as we can. And we actually did one at Lake of the Ozarks one time. And they told us don't come back. I'm kidding. They didn't tell us that. They actually let us build a fire out by the swimming pool because we rented out the whole hotel room. He goes, man, you guys bought every room. You can do whatever you want. But they didn't care.
Real quick, I want to remind everybody, please hit the thumbs up for Mr. Dave tonight. We have way too many people in here to not be matching near the thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate that. We do, Tim, yes, you're in. We just made $300 in donations for this knife to go towards that. So
fantastic.
We'll get that. We're cut off now. We're not going to take any more. We will get that right after the giveaway for the sinkers that we're getting ready to do. But Danny, we're going to turn it back to fishing real quick because obviously I think everybody by now knows of that awesome piebald that you caught with the hook on the head of it. The hook, we'll call it a tattoo, a pattern.
Well,
question mark.
I mean, we put it out there to people. You know, the first person to ever say anything about it, of course, was Hogleg because he was there on my live when I caught it. He goes, "Look, he got a coat hanger on his head," you know. And we called it a coat hanger. We called it a fish hook, but we put a poll out one day, and the majority of the people said that he thought it looked like a question mark. So from here forth, that fish has been named the Riddler because of the question mark on his head. So
I hope you catch that again someday.
Oh man, yeah, because I remember he weighed 16.98 pounds, and I hope he made 17 by now. Surely he has.
I hope you catch that again someday on a live, and I hope he weighs 50 pounds.
Oh, you and me both. That's my dream. I mean, people have a dream of catching the hundo, and I do too. But could you imagine catching that fish at 100 pounds? Woo, Lord.
That'd be awesome.
There won't be any question on his head no more.
All right. D&L Sinkers, the winner of this will get their choice between the 2-ounce version or the 4-ounce version. Now, folks, when you win a prize on Catfish Weekly, I've kept them before, and I've chased people down that didn't message me, forgot to do it, didn't know they won. We're going to keep them for 1 week. If you don't have them claimed by the next show, we're going to put them back in. And Dennis was so good to send us a whole bunch of this stuff to give away, but we're running out. We've got a few more weeks of the stuff that he sent me, and then we're going to be out of those, and we'll see about coming up with something else. But we want to thank D&L Sinkers for donating all these prizes, and we give away a ton of Sinkers decals from Tidal Weights and Sinkers. Brad Caudell, we give tons of his stickers away. We want to thank Brad for all that. That was awesome too. But we got a few more weeks of these D&Ls. If you get a chance to thank Dennis, please do so, because he was really good and sent a bunch of this stuff. And if I'd have given it all out in lump prizes the way he sent it, there would have been about 4, 5, 6 of them. And the way it's worked out, a whole bunch of people's won a lot of great prizes from Dennis Lawrence. So please remember him if you ever get to Lake of the Ozarks, or not Lake of the Ozarks, Mark Twain Lake, because that's where he's out of, and his stuff is sold all over in tackle shops all over Mark Twain Lake area. $69, pretty good number. Chad's talking, but I don't see nothing happening.
I muted myself.
You got to quit, and you confuse the hell out of me.
Yeah, I know. Mark just posted everybody that had their names in there. There is an error at the very end of where it says Brian Big Skip. That was actually Brian Wedmore, which is Bugman. That has been fixed on the Facebook post, and I do know who it is. So,
okay.
Confused. So, we are going to spin this one here. Are we doing it once or twice, Lyle?
Once, and then we'll do the other one.
All right, ready to go? Here we go. We're going to draw this one. Oh, I just seen somebody get in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, draw.
Did you get in, Dan?
No.
Well, you should have.
Oh, I'm good.
Brett, congratulations, Jim.
Congratulations, Jim. I did not. Just stop. Yeah, I got emojis for both of you.
That was great, Brad. Thanks.
Congratulations, Jen Smith. How they get a hold of you, Lyle?
Just go to Facebook Messenger and send me a message either on my private personal stuff, or you can message me through catfishweeklytv@gmail.com or on Messenger through Facebook.
All right. And you said you wanted to spin that one more time?
Yes, spin it again. And Jen, you get to choose between the 4-ounce version and the 2-ounce version. So be sure to let me know so I can write your name on that. And whoever wins the second one will get the other one.
Before we spin real quick.
Do 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 do.
Are you done?
Yeah. Brad, we have 125 just a second ago. We're down to 121 right now, Brad Caudell.
Yeah, I consider people that have tried to serve and couldn't. Your heart was in the right place, and I would consider you a fellow vet. Thank you too. Thank all that opposed us vets too.
He meant supported us vets too.
Yes.
And what he means is the guys that went up and they volunteered and go up and take the physical and stuff like that and try to become members of the military and couldn't make it. But those guys stepped up as well. They just didn't get the chance to serve. And we give respect to those guys too, because they voluntarily went forward. And, just because of a health condition or something, you got rejected, but you still tried to get in there. And, they missed their opportunity to serve the country, but it wasn't from not wanting to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, yeah, hats off to those guys too.
Mr. Whiskers has joined us. Potomac River Monsters. Any chance I can win a hug from my brother? That would be up to you, Chadwick, from Luke.
Oh, he better consider it done if he's at Mendota. I'm going to give this a draw, brother. Ready?
Let's do it. Alicia, welcome. David Smith.
For the second set of singers, we go to Cat Life Outdoors. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
Get with Mr. Lyle, send him your information.
Yep, just message me on Facebook through Messenger or Catfish Weekly. You can message me through there or email me at catfishweeklytv@gmail.com. Real Bill Catfishing. I wasn't able to enlist. I was rejected medically. I want to go and fight after 9/11. I completely understand. That woke up a lot of folks right there, and we shouldn't have to
There's
go through
the
that.
guys we're talking about.
Yeah.
There's the guys we're talking about. Hats off to those guys. You wouldn't believe after 9/11 how many people stepped forward and got rejected because of different, but they didn't care. They were ready to go. They said, don't worry about my bum knee or anything like that. I'll go. And they said, no, we can't take it.
Yep.
But they stepped up to do it, though. They sure did.
Trying to get my computer.
Big Skip, they rejected you for a bad attitude.
There's one other thing that I would like to talk about before we get too far along here. I'll get you guys' opinion of this. There was a record fish caught in the state of Mississippi the other day. And there's something about that I want to touch on for a minute, and I'm probably going to make some people mad, but hell, I've done it before.
You make that every day.
Really? That was a state record caught down there. It was a giant fish. And there is no reason that when they're trying to get a fish certified, I don't care what state it's in, that it takes so long for the department of whoever in that state to get there and certify that fish, to classify it for a record so it can be released in the water. That's on the Department of Conservation or the DNR or whoever's over that in those states. And you people in any state that has that issue, you vote those people out. I don't care if they're Republicans or Democrats, and I'll never vote for Democrat. But it doesn't matter who it is. They need to be removed because they let a trophy fish die. And I don't hardly ever say trophy because I've been told by every conservation conservation department in the United States that I ever dealt with that if you want regulations put in, you don't call them trophy fish, you call them breeders. You'll go a lot farther calling them breeding fish than you ever will call them trophies because they don't care about trophies, they care about breeding fish. Remember that when you're going after regulations.
Now,
I
personally would have to agree with you that
really?
these
sure?
this time these states that require people to freeze fish and hold them for days,
there's no reason for that fish have ever died. They can be there. Any of them guys can be in an hour.
If that person was feeding their family, of course, I would love for people to put that kind of fish back. If somebody was hard up and wanted to feed their family with that fish, it's going to be old and gristly, but it is what it is. But because the state can't get there and certify that within a reasonable amount of time,
horrible.
I agree that something needs to be done to try to, especially those big fish. It's not like a bass where you could put it in a pretty decent sized tank and it's probably going to stay alive for a while.
Here's my on this. You guys can go with this when I'm done, but here's my take on it.
Take it.
In Missouri, they want to control all of that stuff, but they don't get there fast enough to suit me when a record fish is being weighed. If you can't be there within an hour, you have somebody with certified scales with the authority in every county that can do that and show up within an hour, get that fish weighed, get it recorded, get it back in the water, released alive so it can swim away and pass those genes on again. Just because they're not an agent of the state does not mean they're not qualified to weigh a freaking fish and get it back in the water. You can fill out the piece of paper. It's not rocket science.
My personal is that if I knew it was going to take that long, I probably would have put the fish back.
We're back. That's exactly what I would do.
I'm not going to be the one that takes it out and eats it anyway. So
that's right, Danny. I would have known if that fish was weighed, and I would have known in my mind if it was a record fish, that would have been good enough, whether anybody else believed it or not. If there was somebody around there to seen it happen, instead of waiting on the conservation department to get there 2 or 3 hours, I would hate to think as good a quality of people as the Missouri Department of Conservation has, that they will dangle around for all that time and that fish would have died. I think they would have tried to help it and got it there. Most of the agents I know are pretty good fellas, but there's no reason for that fish to die. And before I waited that long, I'd have turned her loose, and whoever was around to see it could have told everybody it happened, or the people that didn't believe it would have had to. I wouldn't give a damn.
Yeah, well, see, like I said, I've got direct contact with a lot. It ain't no secret. I'm pretty good friends with a lot of these DNR guys, and I've got contact numbers for them. And I can, if that happens where I get in that situation, I can call them and tell him and ask him how long it's going to take to get here. And if he says under an hour, then I will fashion up 2 nets or something, and I don't care if I have to zip tie 2 nets together and keep it in the water. If he tells me it's over an hour, fish go in the water. Because here's the thing about it: if I'm on a live stream and I weigh that fish, you know how the catfish community is. I honestly believe if you weigh the fish on a live stream, it'll get talked about for a longer period of time on the catfish community than it would if you actually had it as listed as a record.
I agree.
I mean, I can give you an example, and all I have to do is say 222, and it just they don't go away.
This says Gerald Gomez caught a record channel cat last week, and instead of killing the fish for a record he released, much respect. And that was a great
record that he let go back because it was going to take so much time.
And thank you, Gerald, for doing that. If somebody else can catch that, maybe he'll catch it again. Maybe his son will catch it. Maybe a relative. Maybe somebody he don't know. It doesn't matter. Somebody's going to catch that fish again. It'll be bigger next time.
And Chad, I've got to ask you something. I told you about it. You made a cameo appearance.
I heard it. I read. I think I watched
video from last Thursday. Did you or did you not go see your cameo, buddy?
I did.
I had to have me some Chad up in there.
That's right.
And you even brought Freddie with you.
Well.
Yeah.
We're going to get ready to do this wheel for the
Okay.
knife, and then we will all go over and watch Catfishing Crappie, who is patiently waiting for us to get Danny and Lyle to stop talking.
Danny, you know what that means, don't you?
Yeah, well.
You gotta come back and do this again.
Absolutely, my
Because
friend.
we didn't get near enough stuff covered tonight.
Well, here's my thing. Wait till I catch another big fish. I don't like to
Okay.
do it random. I like to do something spectacular, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
All right, that'll work.
All right. I've got all 30 names and spots that most of them chose spots. Some did not.
Have you already
All the wheel. Everybody loves the wheel. Oh, they love the wheel.
spun it yet, or is it just fiddle farting around?
It's not going yet. So we're gonna we'll do the little shuffle like everybody likes to do.
My name's supposed to be on there, Chadwick.
It's on here. I
I
see
have
it
my
right
lucky
there.
number there, right there. That's my lucky number.
I see it. And we're gonna come right over here and we're gonna hit the click to spin. Ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Carol Watson Breeze won that.
Congratulations.
I will hand deliver that to them. Let me stop sharing that. That is the bait shop owner at Latonia Bait and Tackle. I will hand
Congratulations.
deliver that knife to them. So, Uncle Josh, if you are watching, you do not have to PayPal anything for shipping. It will be delivered right down to them. They're 15 minutes away from me. So, congratulations. Just a recap of that, we are at over $900. Yeah, we're at $900. I've got $100 that I got in $120. I got to go count it again in cash that was given to me at the boat ramp. People were like, here's money. And I'm like, okay. And I just shoved it in my pocket. So
Isn't that amazing how that works?
It is. And then I believe we raised $357 after the eBay takes their fees out. So we're looking, Danny, help me math there. How much is that? $1,357, something like
Sure.
that.
I wasn't even listening to you, man. I was looking at that.
We're looking around about $1,400 for that. So I'll finalize that, and I will get what. Quit showing me unless you're sending them to me. Stop showing them to me.
I like to tease you with them, Chadwick.
Hey, I've got some of those.
Do you now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Chad.
I don't know. I just got a pack that I won in the other day.
I got to tell you, Danny, it's been a pleasure having you on here. We've really enjoyed it.
You guys
it was
too.
a great night.
And Chad, I'm teasing with you and stuff, but it truly is an honor to finally be up on a panel with you, brother. I'm serious about that. I'm not joking. True honor to be on a panel with you. I
You
think
as
the
well,
world of
my
you,
friend.
friend.
We kind of got off track a little bit on a few items, but we did cover some cool stuff. We did cover some neat stuff. And Danny, I personally want to wish you guys the best of luck with your fishing in the Mississippi River venture. I think that's going to be a great show.
We've
like
got a lot of stuff to pull together on it, but we'll get it worked out, and we're going to bring it to you guys. And I'm telling you, you're going to enjoy it. Like I
If
said,
there's anything we can do to help you, let me know.
Absolutely.
We'd be glad to. Hang on, Danny. Chad, is there anything else would you like to close out with tonight since I didn't win the knife?
No. Like I said, I'll get the final totals all added up, and then I will get with Mr. James on an exact amount of what will be donated to Camp Centurion. Once it's done, I will send him the screenshot and let him.
That's fine. We
give
want
the
to be
bud, guys.
Chrissy Brown. I do not know what Ernie said. Chat's been going too fast. I'm sorry. I'll try to go back and catch it. Thanks everybody for watching Catfish Weekly tonight. It was a great show with Danny on here. We'll get him back on here, do this again. Mark's coming up with the Catfish and Crappie podcast. Be sure to tune in to Chad's show Thursday night. It's not fishing with the Chad, but you do have Freddie on. Fields to Water with Freddie and Chad. And then Mark and I will do Panfish Nation. And then we'll
And
be
I
back
always
in
watch
the
that. I
meeting.
always watch Chad while I'm sitting up on the river on Thursday nights. I've got my phone going, watching him while I'm setting my rods out and getting my stuff ready. So Chad, you're there with me every Thursday, whether you know it or not, buddy.
Thanks, buddy.
You are.
All
Thanks,
right.
folks, for watching. We'll see you next week.